Hey everyone, and welcome back, or if you're new here, my name is Josh, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Capital One Platinum Secured Credit Card. So I'll be going over the main features of this card, its pros as well as its drawbacks. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a much better idea of whether or not this credit card is a good fit for you. But before we go ahead and dive into the main features of this card, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Also, if you would like to receive up to $9,000 in free stocks in a pinned comment below, I will go ahead and leave a link to Webull. All you have to do is once you click on that link, is just sign up for a free account and then deposit at least one penny. At that point, Webull will be sending you at least 3 free stocks. These stocks, once again, are going to be worth all the way up to $9,000 and possibly more. Okay, so diving right into the main features of the Capital One Platinum Secured Credit Card. First off, we're going to be discussing what a secured credit card exactly is. So basically what a secured card is you're pretty much going to be using your own money rather than using the bank's money. So what you will have to do with this card once, or if you are approved for it, is that you will have to deposit money from your checking or savings account over to this card. It's going to be either $49, $99 or $200 depending on what Capital One decides, and then from there you're going to have a credit limit of $200. Now you can go all the way up to $1,000 if you choose. $1,000 is going to be the maximum. So basically with a secured credit card, you're not going to get that money back from Capital One until they make this card an unsecured credit card, which could possibly be as soon as 6 months, but may take 12 months or even longer than that. Or if you decide to close your account and it's completely paid off and in good standing. So basically the main and only reason you would be getting this credit card is to build or rebuild your credit score. And then once you do that, then you can apply for better credit cards out there that have better benefits and everything like that. So diving right into the main features, first off, we're going to be discussing whether or not this card has a spend bonus or cash back. Unfortunately, there are no real rewards like that. You're not going to be earning like $200 if you spend $1,000 within the first 3 months like you see with other credit cards out there on the market. And then you're also not going to be earning points or cash back with this credit card either. Unfortunately, the only real benefit you're going to be getting out of this card is the fact that you can have the chance to build or rebuild your credit score. And then the card also has some other features as well. So all in all, like I just mentioned, the main perk to this credit card is going to be credit building. So they mentioned right here that you have refundable deposits and upgrades, so you can earn your deposit back possibly at the 6-month mark and upgrade to a standard unsecured platinum card. There's also not going to be any hidden fees, so there's going to be no foreign transaction fees, no replacement card fees, no authorized user fees. And then you're also going to have automatic credit line reviews, so you can be considered for credit line increases in as little as 6 months. And then Capital One will also be reporting to all 3 credit bureaus, so you have, once again, a pretty good chance of improving your credit score. And really, all in all, to do that, you'll just have to make sure that you're paying your balance off on time every single statement that you receive, whether that's setting up auto pay or setting up a payment date on a calendar that you physically have. Whatever you have to do, make sure that you are paying on time. And also, if you can, try to keep your credit utilization ratio below 10% if possible, and at worst case below 30%. So for an example, if you have a credit line of $1,000, whenever your statement comes out, worst case you'd want that to be at $300 that you would owe. That would be at 30% for your credit utilization ratio. And if you can, keep it at $100 or less, because that would make your credit utilization ratio at 10% or lower. Now, as far as some features with this Capital One Platinum credit card, you're going to be able to set up account alerts, so you can set up on your mobile app to like text you or email you whenever a transaction is made, or whenever a payment is made, or whenever your due date is coming up, things like that. You're also going to be able to set up auto pay, which could be especially helpful in building your credit score to make sure that you're paying on time. And then you also have the ability to add an authorized user for free as well. So if you have a family member, for example, that you want to add as an authorized user, you can do so at no cost to you. Then you also have $0 fraud liability. So if you lose this card and someone picks it up and spends hundreds or even thousands of dollars on it, you will not be held liable to pay for those charges. Likewise, if someone steals your credit card number and they go onto the internet and spend hundreds of dollars on it, you will also not be liable to pay for those charges either, because you did not authorize them. Also, you can set up card lock. So this is basically a feature that can lock your card up and make it so it can't be used. So if you do lose your card, you can lock it temporarily until you find it. And then also you'll have free access to CreditWise, which is basically Capital One's way of tracking your credit score, let you know what your credit score is, and give you helpful tips to improve it. And then finally, you'll be receiving 50% off handcrafted beverages at any Capital One cafe nationwide. So those are the main features of this card at this point in time. I'm going to go ahead and move into the APR and fees because this is especially helpful as well. So starting out with your purchase APR, it is going to be 30.74%. That is pretty high, but remember, you don't have to pay any interest as long as you pay off your entire balance in full as well as on time. As far as balance transfers with this card, that's also going to be a high APR at 30.74%. With this card, there's not much of a point in doing a balance transfer, obviously, with that high of an APR. And really, once again, this credit card should be used for credit building. Then as far as cash advances go on this channel, I always recommend people to stay far away from cash advances. This, of course, should not be considered financial advice, just something that I personally try to avoid doing because the APR is typically pretty high, plus you're going to be paying a lot of fees as well. But if you do decide to take out a cash advance with this credit card, just know that your APR on them is going to be a whopping 30.74% as well. And then you're going to be paying some fees on those cash advances. So those fees are going to be either $5 or 5% of the amount of each cash advance, whichever happens to be greater. So if you do a cash advance of $200, in that case, your fee is going to be $10 plus the 30.74% APR. Then as far as balance transfers go, the fee on that is going to be 4% of the amount of each balance transfer if you receive a promotional APR. So if they give you like a promotional APR of 0% later down the line, in that case, you are going to have a fee of 4% of the amount of your balance transfer. But if you do it with the 30.74% APR, which really wouldn't make a lot of sense to do, in that case, you would not have to pay a fee, but you would be paying a lot of interest on that balance. Now, as far as late payments go with this card, there is going to be a fee of up to $40, just another reason to set up auto pay. Then as far as the annual fee goes, this is definitely a plus because there is no annual fee with this credit card. So you can build your credit score if you can make payments on time, keep your credit utilization ratio low, and then you do not have to pay an annual fee for this card. So that is definitely a plus. So those are the main features of this card as well as the APR and fees. At this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and move into what I would consider to be the biggest pros and drawbacks of this card. We're going to start out with the good things. The first good thing, of course, like I just mentioned, is the fact that there are no annual fees with this credit card. And the second thing is that it will give you the ability to build your credit score. It's not going to be automatic. You have to put in the work and you have to put in the discipline. Remember, as long as you make your payments on time and keep your credit utilization ratio below 10 or 30% across the board, you should see some pretty good improvements with your credit score. So those are the two main pros of this card, the fact that there is no annual fee, and then also the fact that you can build your credit score. Now, as far as the drawbacks go, this is pretty much plain and simple as well. The main drawback of this card is the fact that there are no real rewards. So you're not going to be earning cash back with this credit card, and you're not going to be earning a spin bonus. So all in all, just to sum up this card, I would say it's okay to have. If your main objection is just to build your credit score, not have to pay anything for it, you don't have to pay an annual fee, this credit card would be a good fit for you. However, I might actually point you in another direction because Discover has a credit card out there called the Discover It Secured Card. It's also a secured credit card, just like this one. However, the main difference is with that one, you're going to be earning 2% cash back at restaurants and at gas stations. And then on all other transactions, you'll be earning 1% cash back. That means that if you spend like $100 per month at restaurants and at gas stations, you'll be earning $2 in cash back. And let's say that you spend $200 on everything else. In that case, you'll be earning $2 in cash back. So you will be earning some rewards with that credit card. And Discover, after the first year, will actually match all the cash back that you earn. So just for an example, let's say that you earn $300 in cash back throughout your first year. Discover will match that and also give you $300 at the end of the first year. So you'll be earning like a spin bonus of $300. So at the end of the day, I would say that the Discover It Secured card is superior to the Capital One Platinum card. But at the end of the day, what you decide to apply to and go with is certainly going to be up to you. But that's all we have for today's review. I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.